A $200,000 McLaren destroyed, blood dripping down his friend's face, and Jack Doherty's first instinct? Make sure someone was recording. This wasn't just another rich YouTuber wrecking an expensive car. This was the moment that exposed everything wrong with chasing clout in 2024. Between checking if his cameraman was filming and worrying about his wrecked supercar, Jack's priorities became crystal clear. His friend Michael lay injured in the passenger seat, but content came first. Instead of rushing to help, Jack's immediate response showed exactly why his former friends now call him the most toxic person on social media. But this car crash was just the beginning. In the span of 1 month, Jack would go on to lose $400,000 trying to impress rappers, get exposed by his girlfriend on livestream, and have his entire friend group turn against him. The McLaren incident sparked a chain reaction that would expose just how far Jack was willing to go for views. Rather than learning from nearly losing his friend, Jack's next move would cost him something even more valuable: his reputation. A jet ski. That's what Jack thought would fix everything. Not a genuine apology, not changing his ways. Just another expensive toy to create more content.
Michael David.
You're lying. You dead ass?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Your new jet ski.
Holy, you dead ass?
Yes, sir.
Holy, oh my god.
Look at it.
Holy shit. Yo, my heart's racing. Holy shit. You dead ass?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that shit is hard. I'm sorry, bro. Holy shit. You dead ass? Bro,
yours.
thank you, bro.
Of course, bro.
Oh my.
You're the best, bro. You're a legend. I'm sorry for putting you through that.
Shaking.
Huh?
Oh my god.
Dude, this is so funny. I'm so glad, bro. This is the one you wanted.
Yeah, bro. Holy shit.
But while Jack was busy turning tragedy into views, two major rappers were about to teach him the most expensive lesson of his career. While the McLaren wreckage was still making headlines, Jack was already planning his next big move. His 21st birthday was approaching, and he had his sights set on something bigger than wrecked supercars. He wanted A-list rappers as his personal performers. The streaming community had already shown Jack how they felt about him through Kai Kanat's public rejection, but Jack seemed to think throwing enough money around could buy him the legitimacy he craved.
Oh my god! The Doherty Jack with the motherfucking 100 gifted.
Nigga, ain't that Jack Doherty? Wait, that him for real?
Wait, hold on. Jack Doherty, if that's you, get another 100.
I'm not the method. Are you kidding me?
Jack Doherty, that's you, drink another 100.
Nah, it's not him. It's almost had us. Doherty Jack, you almost had us though.
They're saying to do it, so fuck it. I'm gifting Kai another 100 subs.
Whoa. Is that Doherty Jack?
If he asks for another 100, I'm gonna.
If you want to pull up to the stream,
Get another 100.
Nah, I'm not the method, dog. He's finessing 2 bands out of me after that. Should I do it? Another $600.
oh, he's another 100. He gets another 100.
That's him. That's Jack. That's him, Jack.
If all that money is really his, and he think that me and him will be a good collab,
Send another 100.
Gift another 100.
so I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna live with Jack. We just finessed him out of 300, chat.
I'm broke now, Kai.
What happened next would become one of the most expensive lessons in influencer party history. First up was Lil Baby, and he wasn't coming cheap. But before we break down how a few minutes of performance time cost more than most people make in 5 years, let's put these numbers in perspective. That $200,000 McLaren Jack had just totaled. That was about to look like pocket change. The moment Lil Baby walked into Jack's party, his body language said everything. This was strictly business. The numbers were staggering. $100,000 deposit just to secure the appearance. Another $100,000 handed over in a Louis bag at the party itself. All for what would amount to less than an hour of Lil Baby's time. The rapper's demeanor throughout the entire exchange was telling. While Jack excitedly handed over stacks of cash that represented several years of an average person's salary, Lil Baby barely seemed to register the transaction. He kept his performance brief, collected his bag, and was gone before the excitement of his arrival had even died down. But if Jack thought this was just how business was done in the music industry, Polo G was about to demonstrate an entirely new level of finessing, and this time the disrespect was crystal clear. The exact amount Jack paid remains disputed. While his own video title claimed $200,000, he'd later try to backtrack on social media, but the money wasn't even the most painful part of what was about to unfold. Polo G delivered what barely qualified as a performance, less than 10 minutes of stage time, but it was what happened next that turned this into one of the most awkward moments in influencer party history. As Jack desperately tried to extend the show by offering Polo G the microphone, the rapper simply kept walking. The objection was painfully obvious, but Jack, seemingly unable to read the room, made things even worse with an ill-timed joke about Lil Durk. The temperature in the room dropped instantly. Polo G's expression said everything. This party was over. For the rest of his brief stay, he completely ignored Jack's existence, choosing instead to interact with fans while Jack awkwardly hovered in the background. The aftermath sent social media into a frenzy. As clips of both performances went viral, Jack scrambled to control the narrative. His attempts to explain the situations only led to more questions. In one breath, he denied spending hundreds of thousands on rappers. In the next, he bragged about getting sponsors to fund his extravagant party choices. But perhaps the most telling detail came from someone in Polo G's camp. A brief exchange caught on camera revealed the truth behind the performance fees, as one of Polo's team members quietly suggested they should pretend the payment was much higher than it actually was. The industry's worst-kept secret was out. Inflating appearance fees for clout was just another part of the game. With $400,000 gone and nothing but awkward viral clips to show for it, Jack was about to face an even bigger problem. His girlfriend had been watching everything unfold online, and she was done staying quiet. What happened next would expose Jack's entire content empire for what it really was. McKinley had watched from the sidelines as Jack burned through hundreds of thousands for views. But it wasn't the money that finally made her snap, it was watching two girls dance on her boyfriend during a live stream. His response? 3 words that would perfectly sum up everything wrong with their relationship. I got motion. But this wasn't just another influencer relationship crumbling on camera. This was the moment that exposed how Jack had turned everyone in his life into content, even the people he claimed to love.
We're okay, we're okay. Come here, come sit back down. Come here, just come sit back down. We're fine, everything's fine.
No, I'm so embarrassed.
No, about what? Stop, McKinley, stop, please, stop. Please, come here. McKinley, stop. I'm sorry. Wait, about what?
Their relationship had always played out on multiple stages. There was the highlight reel, the perfectly edited YouTube videos showing romantic getaways and lavish gifts. Then there were the live streams where reality had a way of breaking through the cracks. Every moment of their relationship had to serve the content machine. Even their private conversations became stream material. Jack had built an empire on constant content creation, and McKinley had become just another character in his never-ending show. The pressure of maintaining his content empire was already showing cracks in their foundation. His constant need to create content wasn't just a job, it was an obsession that overshadowed every aspect of their relationship. The night everything fell apart started like any other stream. Jack was drinking, the viewers were engaged, and McKinley was watching from the sidelines. But when those two girls started dancing on him, the facade finally shattered. It wasn't just the inappropriate dancing that broke McKinley, it was Jack's complete dismissal of her feelings, his drunken attempts to justify his behavior, and most importantly, his obsession with keeping the content rolling even as his relationship imploded in real time. The stream captured every excruciating moment of their confrontation. As McKinley's emotions spilled over, Jack's response was telling. He kept performing for the camera. Even in this moment of relationship crisis, he couldn't turn off the content creator mindset. But McKinley wasn't done. In the aftermath, she did something unexpected. She pulled back the curtain on the reality of their relationship, revealing the stark contrast between Jack's on-camera and off-camera personality. The loving boyfriend she knew behind the scenes disappeared completely whenever the stream went live. But while Jack's relationship was imploding online, something even more concerning was happening behind the scenes. His interactions with fans had taken a dark turn, and security footage from his own house would expose just how far he'd fallen. During what should have been a simple fan meetup at his mansion, Jack's security team had to step in not to protect him, but to protect his fans from him. Multiple witnesses described Jack as completely unhinged. He was screaming at teenage fans who'd waited hours to meet him just because they didn't want to be in his video. When one kid's parent tried to intervene, Jack threatened to call the police on his own fans. The situation escalated when Jack's head of security, Marcus, finally had enough. After 2 years of watching Jack's behavior worsen, Marcus decided to speak out. I've worked security for some of the biggest names in entertainment, but I've never seen anyone treat their supporters with such disrespect. Jack would intentionally create dangerous situations just to get reaction footage. But the real bombshell came when Marcus revealed the existence of multiple incident reports, documented cases where Jack had crossed the line with fans only to have his team cover it up. These weren't isolated incidents. A pattern was emerging of a content creator who had lost touch with reality. Former employees started coming forward with stories that painted an increasingly disturbing picture. He would make us sign NDAs before every shift. We weren't just protecting Jack from others, we were protecting others from Jack. The person you see on camera, that's not even the worst of it. The final straw came during a charity event Jack had organized, supposedly to help rebuild his image. What should have been a positive moment turned into yet another controversy. Instead of focusing on the cause, Jack turned the entire event into a content circus. He was caught on microphone telling his team to make the kids cry more for better thumbnail reactions. The foundation immediately cut ties with him. With his public image in freefall and his security team jumping ship, Jack was about to face his biggest challenge yet. His own friend group was turning against him, and what they had to say would make these incidents look tame in comparison. As Jack's empire crumbled around him, his desperate attempts to maintain relevance led to increasingly erratic behavior. Last month, he tried to crash Kai Cenat's stream for attention. It backfired spectacularly. "You can't buy respect," Kai told his audience after removing Jack from his stream. "This guy tried to gift 300 subs just to get my attention, then showed up uninvited to create drama. That's the definition of desperate."
I ain't gonna lie. Wait. Okay. Wait. So I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna live with Jack. We just finessed him out of 300, chat. Nah! Appreciate you! We know that it's community, chat.
It's a gamble. It's almost like you're lying. It's not even for that. It's just funny. Like, dude, the amount of views that come.
Thank you so much. Nah. He was doing bad all year, chat. I'm not associating myself with that. He was doing bad all year, chat. That's not good. That's not good vibes. That's not good vibes. But we got 300 though. We got 300. Definitely 300. We got 300 though. We Gucci.
But Jack's response only made things worse. In a now deleted video, he accused Kai of gatekeeping the streaming community, forgetting that just months earlier, he'd been exposed for trying to sabotage smaller creators' careers. The pattern was clear. Every attempt to rebuild his image only revealed more about who he'd become. Even his own subscribers started turning against him. Last week, in what might be his most desperate move yet, Jack announced he was starting his own content house. But there was a catch. Leaked messages showed he was requiring potential members to sign away 30% of their earnings and agree to create controlled drama for his videos. He's trying to build a content factory, revealed one creator who turned down the offer. He wanted us to fake fights, stage breakups, even crash cars if needed. Everything that destroyed his reputation, he wants to turn it into a business model. The house announcement video was quickly deleted after receiving overwhelming backlash, but the damage was done. Major brands started pulling their sponsorships, and his remaining business partners began distancing themselves. Today, Jack continues to post, but something fundamental has changed. The views are down 80% from last year. Big names won't collaborate. His comment sections are filled with people who've seen behind the curtain. Even his loyal fans are starting to ask questions. Just yesterday, Jack posted what he claimed would be a completely honest explanation video, but within hours, 3 different creators came forward with proof that even his apology was scripted for maximum drama. In his desperate chase for attention, Jack Doherty didn't just lose money, he lost the one thing even his millions can't buy back: authenticity. His story serves as a warning about what happens when you sacrifice everything real for views. But this story isn't over. New footage has just surfaced showing Jack's latest attempt to salvage his career, and it might be his most shocking move yet. His former friends are now teaming up with his biggest rivals, and they're about to release evidence that changes everything. If you thought these moments were shocking, wait until you see what happens in this next video. Make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you won't miss our videos. Catch you on the next one.